Hello and welcome back to Kerno Outdoors. Simple video today. It's the new basic £599 Mac Mini M4, doing some straightforward video editing using iMovie, comparing it with my 2012 MacBook Pro Retina 15-inch with a 2.3 gigahertz i7 processor and 16 gigabytes of RAM. I really look after my equipment, and my MacBook Pro is still immaculate. The battery doesn't hold its charge anymore, but I've used it regularly for all of my video editing to date until the new Mac Mini came out, because I wanted to be able to adopt the latest technology or the latest software update, whereas my MacBook is now considered a vintage machine, so it might well be for sale. So I wanted to just see in real time which was faster, because obviously the Mac Mini has 16 gigabytes of data. So I edited, I think about 29 short 4K clips of some of the Camino I did whilst hiking through Spain. Obviously the quality is the same, and this is speeded up. An incredibly beautiful walk, and I will post a video somewhere else later just so you can see. But when I went to save it, when I went to export, when it was doing the heavy stuff, this is when I noticed some difference. Initially, when I imported the videos, the Mac Mini had a couple of, as you can see, unrendered clips, whereas the Mac Pro, all of the clips were rendered fine. So interesting. But then we start the save. So I saved it as the highest quality it would do, saving it to a file for Facebook and YouTube, and I hit record. Now you can't really see in the top right corner. It did take a minute for the little egg timer to come into play, so I will show that one in a minute, because it was quite an important, or quite an interesting thing. The Mac Mini said 4 minutes and the Mac Pro said 6 minutes, but they didn't last like that. So they both, I didn't actually time it. I did record them in real time using a screen recording, but that's incredibly boring to watch. But the Mac Mini did outperform the Mac Pro, but not by a great deal. They were really close. And although they say 4 and 6 minutes, I think they were both saying about 3 minutes left, and then they completed it, or 4 minutes left in the Mac Pro. So I was really impressed, and think maybe I've spent money on a new Mac Mini that I shouldn't really have bought. In many ways, the MacBook Pro, the old one, did handle the files better, because it obviously rendered all of the thumbnails. But there we go. What do you think? This was just a quite a straightforward test, rendering 4K. I put a bit of color cast on it across the board. Throughout it all, the Mac Mini was pretty cool. It didn't last that long, as I say. The Mac Pro, you could hear, it was getting quite hot. But then they always run hot. We know that with these. So they were both shared the file in high quality, as you've already seen. So should you stop and buy the new $599? Well, yes, if you want to be able to make the most of future updates, but if it's just for video editing, then I wouldn't bother. Thanks, and please like, please subscribe.